Thank you. My apologies.
Do we have Rebecca?
I am here.
Hi, Rebecca.
Okay, Rebecca, I just opened the old business of abbreviated notice area of delineation 350 Cross Street. So what I was saying was we had a quorum site visit scheduled for the 18th. Unfortunately, it was just an oversight. It was not legally published, so we could not go out and meet that day. So conservation members, you know, are wanting to see the site. We have not been able to go out. I would recommend a continuance, but obviously you're here. I will let you speak and we'll take it from there.
Was very disappointing. We all know that. I know Harry had been out there. I thought he had given his okay. I didn't know if you guys, I had hoped you had found a moment this morning or this afternoon.
Not with my hospital schedule, honey. So
I
again, it was
get
an
it.
oversight not being published. It's, you know, and I'm not gonna fault anyone for
when-
that. It was just an oversight.
When do we think this will happen? Now that we have a snowstorm coming?
Well,
Me and Marilyn discussed this today, and we're going to make our best effort to get out there and see the site, weather permitting or not, before the next meeting.
I mean, we just opened this
Hopefully.
last meeting, you know, we
And
wanna
this
put
was
eyes
just
on it.
open last meeting, so
last meeting, we just opened it. We need to put eyes on it and we'll do our best to make it happen. Again, it was an oversight and, you know, going forward, we'll double check the things that are posted. But people are here on a learning experience too. So
Mm-hmm.
as you know,
Barring
legally,
any
a
other-
quorum
any
cannot
other-
go out.
Barring any other options, I'll request a continuation till the next hearing.
Okay.
Although the client is on, I don't know if he had anything to say. Do we know when we're gonna do this? You might want to know when you plan on being on his property.
I do not at this point. I have to further look at hospital schedule. We have one member that's not with us tonight, so we have, you know, 2 weeks to see what's going on before the next meeting to get us out there. Steve's will join us too, so
Mhm.
we'll do our best to
Excellent.
get out there.
All right. I would
yeah,
continue-
I'll join them because I saw the site during the time of the year where it was more readily accessible. So I kind of know my way around the site. So hopefully we can I can assist in helping the members see the points of interest that need to be seen.
Yeah,
And
like
I was out there a week ago Wednesday by myself, so I know that part of it, and there was no snow, so I can go out with them too, and so they have to learn this, so that's what they want.
We'll continue to the next hearing.
All right,
Thank you.
and you'll put that in writing, you know, to Nicole for the record. You can email her as usual, like with the continuations.
You bet. When's the next hearing?
And the next hearing would be, and I have the wrong calendar in front of me. Nicole, do
February
you have
10th.
February 10th? Okay.
Yeah.
February 10th, that's the day we get all kinds of snow.
No, the 6th is the blizzard of 78. All right,
My
can I-
brother, my brother was born in the blizzard of 78.
That's
My
my birthday.
ex-brother-in-law was born on the blizzard of 78.
and so am I.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so Rebecca will send that continuance in for Nicole. At this time, then Chair would entertain a motion, please.
I make a
February-
motion to continue the ANRAD for 350 Cross Street until February 10th.
Second,
All right, here in a second, any further discussion? Once we have that date, we'll make sure it is published and you will be notified when we're going out, Rebecca. Thank you. Roll
Perfect.
call vote, please. Marilyn McDonald, aye. Harry Bailey
aye.
and Wendy Smith.
Aye.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys. All right, moving right along, we have request for determination of applicability 382 Pleasant Street, map 47, lot 28. Applicant is Zenus Construction Engineers LLC. And I know last week we could not open this due to publication. Do we have the publication that could be read in,
Do.
Nicole?
Yep, I emailed it to you. Do you want me to pull it up?
Yes, yep, we just got to make sure we can open the meeting and have the,
And I have confirmed the green cards.
and you have the, perfect, that's magic to my ear. So if you can,
Yes.
and I apologize if you sent it to me, but I.
No,
you
it's
did.
okay. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. This is what I'm here for. Just give me a second to pull it up over here. Okay, I will read it for. Is that, you want me to read it, Marilyn? Is
Yes,
that all
please,
right?
so we can, yep, and then we'll be
Okay,
open.
you got it. So 382 Pleasant Street, legal notice of public hearing, Conservation Commission, Bridgewater, Massachusetts, in accordance with the Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, in the Town of Bridgewater Local Wetland Bylaw. The Bridgewater Conservation Commission will hold a public hearing on Thursday, January 27th, 2022, held as a virtual meeting over Zoom. A link and instructions to participate in the meeting will follow and will be posted to the calendar on the town's website at www.bridgewaterma.org. A recording of the meeting will also be posted to the town's webpage within 48 hours after the meeting ends. The hearing is for a request for determination of applicability filed by Gail Alexander. The applicant is upgrading the existing failed septic system within 100 feet of a bordering vegetated wetland. The property is owned by Ruth Alexander and is located at 382 Pleasant Street, Bridgewater, Mass. Map 47, parcel 28. Please contact the Bridgewater Conservation Office at 508-697-0950 for the hearing date and time.
Very good. Thank you, Nicole, for reading that in. You are now open. Zenith Consulting Engineers, please.
Good evening. For the record, now Zaga from Zenith Consulting Engineers, here before you for a septic repair at 382 Pleasant Street. So basically what we have is we have a failed septic system on the property. We're here before you because we're within 100 feet of the BVW. Pretty much the entire property is within the BVW, except for a small portion where the house is and where we're putting the septic system. We've delineated the BVW at the bottom of the slope from, as shown on the plan, wetland flag 1 through wetland flag 8. The red line delineates the 25-foot buffer, and the 50-foot buffer is delineated in that purplish color, and then green is that very small line that shows that pretty much the entire property is within the 100-foot buffer. Luckily, we were able to get a very good perk out here. It was a medium to coarse sand and gravel, and a medium sand above that. So we were able to fit a fairly, efficient septic system inside the driveway to get it outside the 50-foot buffer and able to keep all the work outside the 50-foot buffer. It's all located in the driveway, the existing driveway, which is a gravel driveway. We are proposing basically to remove the existing cesspool that's located on site in the driveway. That will get removed completely with the construction of this new system. We are proposing a silt sock for erosion control measures. And basically what we're doing is we're wrapping it from the back of the house to the garage, and then from the garage along that southerly property line of now formerly Childs, just to ensure that we're not discharging anything, and no siltation or erosion will happen towards the abutting property. So it is a very tight site, as I'm sure you know, but I think this is probably the best suit for this property as far as, it's the best we could do to get it to work. And I believe that this has been approved by the Board of Health at this time. So besides that, I'd be happy to answer any questions that the commission has.
All right, thank you very much. Steve, I'll start with you, please.
Yeah, sure. So in reviewing this, we actually spoke about this before the last meeting, Marilyn, and one of the last issues that we wanted to clarify was making sure that Eric Badger had seen the plan and approved of the plan with the Board of Health. He has in fact done that. As you can see on the plan, it's pretty self-explanatory. This is all buffer zone work for the repair of a septic system, which is needed. So with that being said, I mean, this is pretty straightforward, no brainer. In my eyes, it's buffer zone work. The silt sock will, it gets pretty flat there towards the back of the gravel driveway. So I'm not really worried about too much conveyance of any silt or erosion control. Plus there's a lawn that leads back to the wood line, which basically coincides with the edge of the wetland. So for this project, I do recommend the issuance of a negative determination 2. Just stating that it occurs within the buffer zone, but will not impact the performance standards in a negative way.
Okay, thank you very much. So music to my ears was that Eric was out there. I don't have any further comments on this. Harry?
No, I can
Okay.
look at it. It's only down the street.
All right, great, thank you. Wendy?
Well, I'm good, thanks.
Okay. Anybody with a question of requested determination of 382 Pleasant Street? Map 47, lot 28. Nicole, let me know if anybody's there.
Crap.
We good?
We're good.
Okay.
Well set.
Alrighty, then Chair would entertain a motion, please, for a negative.
Go ahead, Wendy, try it.
No, Harry, I was gonna have you do it. I make a motion for a negative determination for 382 Pleasant Street. I don't have the lot and map number, is it?
It's map 47 lot 28. Huh?
Map 47, lot 28.
And I can second that. Very good.
All
Thank
right,
you.
we heard a
Yep.
second. There was a further discussion. Roll
Um,
call vote. Mary McDonald, aye.
In the
Harry
other-
Bailey
Aye.
and Wendy Smith.
Aye.
All right, very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, have a good evening. Thank you.
You as well.
Thanks.
All right, moving along, approval of meeting minutes. There wasn't any new minutes, correct?
No, Nicole forgot to send you those.
That's fine, because you know, I do sometimes miss an email. No worries.
So you can have two next time, Lucky Ducks.
Sounds good to me. All right. Then we'll keep moving. Enforcement at 0 in 1300 Vernon Street. So as you know, last week, no representative showed on this. We did have a vote to issue an enforcement order. Jennifer sent out a draft. I have reviewed the draft. Has everybody reviewed the draft?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anybody have any comments on the draft or any questions or changes on it?
I don't think so.
So then we can have, Nicole, you could have that sent out. And then if there's anything that you have to add now, and hopefully we can get this resolved. If not, then the next step from here would be having a hearing. And again, asking the applicant to come in.
May I
And that would
ask,
include fines.
Marilyn, I don't have that you voted to issue it. I had that this meeting you were voting to issue it after reviewing it. So if you wouldn't mind, I think we still need a vote to issue it.
Yep, actually, we'll
Okay.
do that. We had voted for the
Okay,
draft. So
sorry, I
correct,
misunderstood.
yep,
Okay.
we've all looked at the draft. So I will, Chair would entertain a motion, please.
Okay, I would make a motion to send out the enforcement to 0 to 1300 Vernon Street.
Second.
All right, here in a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Roll call vote. Marilyn McDonald, aye. Harry Bailey,
Aye.
Eileen, Eileen's not here. Wendy Smith.
Aye.
All right.
Eileen can't answer you.
Lucky her. Hopefully going further on this, we could get this resolved. All right, thank you. Next on the discussion items is environmental planner report. Can we get Steve back?
Yep, give me 1 second.
You guys there?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay, was about to say come back.
okay.
Okay, so
I was
Steve, the
looking at the
next
script
items
across
are
the-
for you.
okay. Okay, yeah, so the environmental planners report tonight has one item on it. And I spoke with Marilyn about it earlier. So we have an existing order of conditions on 10 Stonehill Lane that is currently undergoing construction. It's about, I would say, probably about 6 to 8 months away from approaching a certificate of compliance request. There has been some disagreement between the abutters about water and where water's going between the properties. Now, this is typically something that the Conservation Commission does not get involved with because it's a property dispute, but there is a wetland that is associated further back that this berm and other associated things do drain to. So tangentially, it is related in a way. So it fell into our lap. Now, what the applicant would like to do, which is above and beyond what we typically ask applicants to do, is they fully plan on coming back for the certificate of compliance when the time is right. Now, in order to make the abutter happy with the process leading up to that point, they want to make sure that there's something extra in place, that a review will be done by the town engineer. Typically, the town engineer does not review residential properties that we are going out for certificates of compliance on because it doesn't require that sort of review, because they're typically not complex projects that require a lot of advanced engineering. So what I have in front of me, and I've sent to Marilyn, is an invoice that will address those issues. That invoice comes to the amount of $6,139. That's going to be paid by Pat Driscoll to the treasurer's office in the form of a bond. That bond will be applied to this project, And when the certificate of compliance comes forth, that bond will be released after the town engineer and the Conservation Commission both have reviewed the project completely and the certificate of compliance has been recorded at the Registry of Deeds successfully. So essentially, the only difference that you guys will see is that this bond will be released once it's recorded. So it's an extra incentive to make sure that the applicant is going above and beyond to say to his neighbor, I'm going to pay for this now because I can't do it right now because of the season and the site is very stable, but I'm going to make a point of extra protection and extra review at the end of the process, and here's how. So that being said, the simple vote that I am looking for tonight is the approval by the commission to issue the certificate of occupancy on this project with that bond being put in place. Do you guys have any questions?
Certificate of occupancy, I mean, this does not come before us, and as you stated,
Yeah.
you know, this is something we don't want to be doing a lot. I totally understand the good faith and everything going, but we have the legal right for certificate of occupancy. That's my only question, Steve.
You know, technically, is the site 100% in compliance at this point? No, because it's still being built, but the applicant is not trying to achieve the certificate of compliance at this point. What they are trying to do is be able to move into the home, which we've never held up in the past with projects in progress. Now, in the instance where there's a violation or enforcement that might come up, we can certainly hold up a certificate of occupancy for that reason. And other towns and other entities have done that. This is, I think, just an extra assurance by the applicant to make sure that the abutter is happy with the solution at the end of the day. What it does is, in my eyes, it removes all liability from the commission because it allows that extra review of the town engineer, which typically we would not receive on a residential proposal.
Okay, so I like the extra with the town engineer, and as you know, we're wetlands, we don't get into anything
Mhm.
else with occupancy and stuff like that, so this certificate of compliance comes back to us. Obviously, we're gonna make sure that everything is where it needs to be with the certificate of compliance. So at this time,
Right.
I have no further questions, as long as I know that certificate of compliance
Yeah.
is coming back to us. It's not being issued tonight, it's coming back to us, and we have this reassurance. So commissioners, Harry, any questions on this then? Because it is a little complicated. It hasn't been before us
Mhm.
before.
Yeah.
Just looking at it as a wetland issue, the certificate of compliance comes before us later on.
Right. So the only difference is you guys will still have to approve the certificate of compliance. The only difference is the applicant will also have to get approval from an engineer, the town engineer specifically, in order for that bond to be released. It really has nothing to do with the commission.
Okay, that's where my confusion was. So
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. That's fine. As long as the COC comes back to us. So
Yes, it will be. You guys
Okay.
you guys will review the COC.
Okay, guys, if this is an extra thing,
No, I'm happy with it. I'm sure the town engineer will make sure everything conservation wise is in place anyway, so. Yeah, I think it'll be all right.
Wendy?
Yeah, I'm okay, I guess.
Okay, all right, then at this time, Jay would make a motion for approval, and we'll see the COC when it comes back to us.
Harry, I'll let you make the motion.
Okay, motion to approve the certificate of occupancy as stated.
Perfect.
All right.
With the bond review and engineer as stated by town administration, yeah. And this one's in a kind of new one, so I think.
It is. It is. Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, it really doesn't have anything to do with you guys. It is nice to see that an applicant is willing to extend themselves in order to make sure it's reviewed appropriately to meet the needs or the concerns of an abutter.
Yeah, no, there's over and
You know,
above.
that's
Okay, just wanna make
basically
sure
what it
we're
is.
Yep.
And I
Okay,
need to second it.
second,
I
roll
second.
call vote, Mary McDonald, aye. Harry Bailey,
Aye.
Eileen, Wendy Smith.
We get
What are
you.
you
I'm
gonna
so
run the
used to
phone?
going into
I
order.
know. Aye.
Aye. Okay, all right, Steve, thank you for explaining that from the town's
You're
view. And then Steve, did you have anything else under environmental planner?
I did not at this
Okay.
point.
All right, very
Okay,
good. Then
great.
Chair,
And my son just arrived and the dogs are running around like mad.
perfect timing. So Chair would entertain a motion to,
Adjourn.
and Wendy seconded. Thank you very
Second.
much, guys. All right,
All
thank
right.
you.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
night, everybody.
Have a great night all. Bye-bye.